Hey everyone, so I think there was a big backlash because I said, Sorcs are going to be really, really bad without Infinity. And it's always one of these weird things because I guess the more the people who watch my videos are people who either like the silly things I say or people who are really, really new to the game. Just because I don't go into do things quickly and generally explain them a little more in depth, I guess. I don't know. That's just the people who watch my stuff. I get a lot of questions about people who are joining the game recently and stuff like that. So one of the reasons I said Sorcs are going to be bad without Infinity is because, well, first of all, in the cold tree, there are a lot of cold immunes, especially in Hell, obviously. Getting through even Act 5 Nightmare for some people is going to be kind of rough because the cold immunes do start there. And there's just nothing you really have that can pump out enough damage in Hell as a cold Sorc, and then, you can do Meteor, but it's like you gotta really grind out dropping meteors on cold immunes to get things to die. And it's just not a terribly enjoyable experience if you're a new player trying to get through that. Lightning Sorc would do a little bit better, because I think with max static field, obviously you get plus skills, you can break anything that doesn't have, under 125 resistance, I guess. It has negative 25% enemy lightning res. And you can spam that to break some lightning immunes. If you're a newer player looking at Sorc, this is a healthy option, just because, well, you can break some immunities, and you don't need that Infinity. The one that I want to highlight today, though, is Meteor. Because Meteor does, as you can see, about 3k physical damage too. So it's, unless you run into something that's physical immune and fire immune, you can handle it. And this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be, actually. I'm just wearing stuff from, you're not going to, find, if you find boots like that, you're set. But this is just the stuff that was in the pluggy stash. So don't worry too much about the resistances and stuff, because you'll buff that with charms. I have a torch on, but this is just to mimic having, I think, +8 to skills, which I think is pretty reasonable, because I'm just using a staff that I bought. You can find a 3 to skills, 2 to meteor orb, or one-handed weapon if you look hard enough. So I do think this is a fairly reasonable representation of what you could do with Meteor. Let me just rejoin this real quick. And like I said, that extra immunity or extra physical damage you get is enough to really deal with fire immunes. So, yep, Eldritch is fire immune. So even though he's fire immune, you can see meteors take him out just fine. And so the Vile Archer is kind of the same thing. So I probably overlooked this build. Like I said, I think some people were like really upset that I said Sorc was going to be bad without the Infinity, and guess what, guys? It is. I think you're going to struggle in maps. If you're just looking to get through Hell, yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't recommend Cold Sorc. I still can't recommend Cold Sorc, but I do think you could run Lightning through Hell because of the break from static field, and I think you could run this just because that physical damage is enough to deal with the fire immunes. Actually, sorry, let me get rid of Dickhead here. He's probably doing too much damage. I didn't drop his gear. Be completely fair and find some fire immunes and see how well we can. Yeah, see, it's fine. So I'm not sure what my buddy's going to run. This is going to be better for single player, I think, because he's going to be running with me, and I'm going to have the Conviction Aura going. He might go Fireball, but if anyone's running a Fire Sorc at all, this has got to be what I'd recommend. Yeah, it does even against champions. That's pretty good. It's not going to be as fun as Combustion, but man, it's going to get you through those immunes. And I gotta go because my kid just fell over. You alright? Yeah? Yeah, that's the floor. That's very hard. Alright, so just a quick spotlight. I think that's a very viable build. If you're running Sorc, go over it one more time. You can run Lightning. Make sure you get a lot of points into static field. You can break those immunes. I would not run Cold Sorc. I would not run Cold Sorc unless you really know what you're doing. If you're asking the question, here's a good way to do it. If you're asking the question, what should I run during the mini crafted season, don't run Cold Sorc. If you know what you're doing and you think you know what you're doing and you've done it before, you can do whatever you want, obviously. This video is not for you. But check out Lightning with Static Field and check out Meteor. Very good.